You know what I fucking forgot to plug in the beginning of this episode? Like I fucking forgot. We are now on YouTube. If you are a YouTube watcher of podcasts, I'm going to cut this to be at the front.
Okay.
If you are a YouTube watcher, listen to this on YouTube. Leave a comment. Do whatever you want to do. Subscribe to us. We are now on YouTube. We don't have the video versions of the podcast yet, but it's going to be bangers. And you can listen to those bangers on YouTube or Apple or Spotify.
Everywhere.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Highly Suspicious Podcast with Louie and Preston. My name is Louie.
My name's Preston.
We are reporting once again live from the Trap House. Got two very special guests today, Connor Hayes and Caven. Kay's back in the Ville. We're lucky that he's on because he's a man with a job, so nothing's granted in this world. And Connor was supposed to be on the last episode we recorded, but he bailed on us. You wanna explain what that was about real quick?
Sleep deprivation, really.
You wanna be honest about the sleep deprivation, or am I about to expose you on live television?
Sleep deprivation? Well, could be many things you could say, but really,
It's not.
It was just about my girl.
Cap.
What you mean, Cat?
I'm about to bar Connor on live television right now.
What you mean,
You were up at like
first
4
fight in the studio.
You were up at like 4 o'clock in the morning watching the iCarly reboot.
Oh my god, there's no way.
That wasn't
why
at 4 o'clock.
Yes, it was.
Do you have proof of that?
I do not have proof of that, but you sent me a snap at like 4 o'clock in the morning and you were watching the iCarly revival.
How is it?
Is this
It's
verified?
honestly, it's really good.
So you don't deny it.
I love iCarly, so that's
okay.
not the barring part.
It could
the
have
barring
happened.
part is the reboot.
That's
And then he
what I
missed
also
the
have
podcast
as damning.
It could have happened. You could say it's characteristic of me to do that from time to time, but I don't confirm it 100%.
So you fuck with it? I heard a lot of people saying it was bad. I haven't seen
bad.
a second
I
of it.
mean, not gonna lie. The last 10 episodes are pretty stupid. Because do you want me to spoil it?
Some burner episodes, yeah. If
Yeah.
10 episodes are bad, I'm not gonna watch it.
It's
Spoiler
literally-
alert for the iCarly revival that everyone is clamoring to watch right now.
Okay, before we get to that, it's like at least the first like couple of episodes, you would think it was just them going back to their old shit, but really it was more so like following who they were as actual people and who they like had grown into, you know? They kind of like made the theme and the humor basically like, you know, like everyday life, like all the emotions.
Relatable, funny.
Yeah, all
Ironic.
the emotions we go through, our insecurities and how it affects us and how we like, you know, voice
So it's not
that.
just iCarly anymore. It is.
No, it's literally like, you know, they're all grown up and they're like real people. Like Freddie, like he straight up has like a 6-figure job, but he's still like he has like a bunch of anxiety because he still like can't detach from his mom.
Is his
That's
mom
accurate.
in it?
He probably
Is
would
his
grow
mom
into
in
that
it?
kind of person. If we're being honest.
Well, no, bro, he bought his mom a house.
That sounds about right. 100%.
Or an
Oh my
apartment.
god.
An apartment. He bought an apartment and said that like she could live with him, and he adopted a kid.
Hell no.
Right.
Hell
right.
no.
I know.
She
Poor
was funny
Freddie,
as
man.
hell in that show. She was especially funny because she reminds me of my mom as far as, you know, being fucking crazy about certain things.
Right.
Only child things, Louis. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
But I guess the reason for me why it sucked after those couple of episodes, because once that humor started to be a little oversaturated, it was focused on Carly and Freddie's like love story. Like they would hint at it here and there, but in the second season it really became more of a thing, and I just like
There's 2 seasons of that shit?
That's old.
Did
Yeah,
they-
basically.
Listen.
It's old shit.
Did they Riverdale it a little bit? Let's be honest.
Not in that kind of way. It was still very light. Like nothing was ever
Nothing too dark,
But
but they definitely made it a little
No.
steamy
No, there
for
okay.
no fucking reason.
No. So there was an episode, right, where it was like It was Carly, Freddie, and one of Carly's friends that were going on some girls' trip, and you know, Freddie's like he's a guy's girl,
Yeah.
and all of that, and so he like wanted to come along, and then like they get to the hotel, and Carly's like, "Oh shit, my friend just canceled out on us," and so they walk into the room, and they didn't know that they ordered like a fucking love suite, like they basically had like a
Oh, that's what that clip is from.
They had like a Victorian bed. Big enough to fit like 10 people. It was like an orgy bed, basically.
Oh my god.
And like the first you know couple of scenes, you know, when they're like trying to figure out who's gonna sleep where.
Yeah.
Like a song starts playing because it's like it's a part of the suite, you know. It comes with it. What was the song where it's like I wanna have sex?
I don't know that.
You don't
song,
know that one?
to be honest.
Well, that's exactly what played, and it was like Carly and Freddie just looking at each other just so awkwardly.
This is
pretty
the
cringy.
worst.
But it was funny.
This is the craziest first 5 minutes of an episode, I think.
Hold on.
Shout out. This episode is sponsored by Pink Animal Mint.
The way that it's choreographed.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That shit hurts me, bro.
That's basic. I'm pretty sure that's why people don't like it. So that's like Harley for you in a nutshell.
I think it's another one of those of like know when to leave shit alone, you know?
For sure.
Originally.
We talk a lot on here about shitty reboots, just because that seems to be all what Hollywood can do nowadays. Is there a reboot of something that y'all would watch?
If
something
they did decide to reboot something.
What's something that could be rebooted and you would watch?
Several animes.
Mm-hmm.
Several animes. You could reboot Avatar. You could reboot.
Oh yeah,
You know
I would watch
Well,
Avatar.
there's the
Naruto.
live action reboot coming up.
Like live.
They are.
reboots.
Wait, they're doing another live action
doing-
Avatar?
It's going to be a series though.
Like it was supposed to be.
Yes.
Nice. Good.
I think they got original creators on there. I think that they have the Cabbage Man returning. The voice actor is going to be in the movie as the Cabbage Man.
My cabbages.
It's funny though because that shows me that the people who are making it
Yeah.
are actually fucking nerds for it and have like support of the original people doing it.
Is
And
it
shit
gonna-
like that. And it's going to be a better representation, not whitewashed like the live action movie years ago.
Can we
Right.
talk about how awful the fucking
That is one of
live
the worst
action
movies
reboot
I have
was?
ever seen in
Oh,
my life.
yeah.
And I am one of
Horrendous.
those people that pretends like it does not exist. If
I
you say
forget about
Avatar and you're like, no, the movie, I'm like, oh, the blue people. That's the only Avatar movie ever made.
It was
I'm
way
putting
too
that out there.
intense.
That's my take.
It was way too intense.
Yeah. And they crammed basically the whole first season
Yeah.
into one movie.
They-
And that's just pretty fucked up.
Who made that? That was, of course, it was M. Night Shyamalan. Okay, hot take. M. Night Shyamalan is a shitty director.
Damn.
That's a
I
real
don't
take.
think that's that hot. I think
I'm sure.
I think he
I
has
agree.
one movie that's really fucking good and a classic. I'm not
Sixth
disputing
Sense.
that at all. I love that movie.
Sixth Sense.
And then he has a bunch of shitty movies.
Yeah.
What's a second good M. Night Shyamalan?
Actually, In the Tall Grass.
I would
Is
say,
that
hasn't
a
he done
M.
some
Night
like
Shyamalan
horror
movie?
stuff, sort of?
Yeah,
That
he's
shit's
tried
better.
to. Well, that's the thing. Like he has gone into the horror, genre many times, but it's like his movies are never. It's not the horror you think. It's
Yeah,
not
no.
even scary.
No, he's trying to be like psychological
Yeah.
in everything that he does, and it's kind of too much.
But it just doesn't come out right, you
Yeah.
know.
What's that one movie, The Village, where they're like in
Yes.
a village and some fucked up shit happens to them, and then the twist at the end of the movie is that they're not in like the 1700s or whatever they were trying to
Oh,
make
yeah,
it look
yeah.
like. It was like modern day. They're like in this forest basically,
Yeah,
and there's like cars driving by, and they're like, "What
Right.
the fuck is that?"
Like I thought the movie's focused around like a little girl, right?
Yeah.
Because she eventually like becomes aware to the fact that she's in a secret society.
Something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or like a cult kind of thing.
Right.
Bunch of
definitely a cult sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's like the way that you saw the movie progress, it was almost like you were gonna see some shit pop out of the woods, like a boogeyman or something like that. But really, she just finds the fucking highway,
Yeah,
and it's like that was underwhelming.
I would like to mention that my voice is a little bit gone today, so I'm having other people here picking up the slack for me.
It's that vid.
It's the Louisville air that you just came back to.
Yeah, the smoky air. Was it that smoky here while I was
No.
gone?
I saw some haze on the horizon one day going to work early in the morning, and it was just not a normal looking sunrise. Basically, just a little smoky, but I didn't see anything like after that.
That's good. Did y'all see pictures of like New York?
Yeah,
Yeah.
horrifying.
They can't see a fucking thing.
Wait, what are you
My
talking
grandma
about?
was in New Jersey at the time.
There's smog. They have a smog problem.
So basically,
Canada
it's
wildfires.
wildfires in Canada, but the smoke's coming like all the way down to like New York, where
It's going
It's-
through the
it's cleared
Entire
up by
East Coast.
like a little bit now,
basically.
but it's fucking like you can't even like see.
It looks like some horror movie shit. I don't know. Smoke and skyscrapers
You guys ever play Left 4
looks a
Dead?
certain way.
I
Yeah.
love Left 4 Dead.
Some Left 4 Dead type shit.
Yeah, exactly. We're just like, bro, something's about to land. Something just exploded. Like
One of those settings.
something happened.
Bruh, that literally looks like
That's crazy.
a Left 4 Dead screenshot.
Yeah.
No cap.
That's from wildfires.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wildfire's 1,000
I would
miles
say
away.
if that's what New York looks like, though, what do you think like Maine,
They're probably fucked
Connecticut
too.
looks like? You know?
Yeah,
They're
they're
Is
all
it even
close to
worse?
that.
Because they're closer to it.
Could be.
I would imagine.
New York country is really nice too.
Yeah.
My uncle had a house out there.
I went to New York City when I was like 2 years old or something like that. My only memory, I don't know if it's a false memory or not, but there was like a Toys R Us on like Times Square there. And that's the only thing I fucking remember from that.
Shout out to Toys R Us.
What's the point of going on vacation when you're a child? Or like a baby like that, where
I
you
swear.
won't even remember it.
I don't know.
It's really more for the parents. Just
Yeah,
to say
Just
that you
getting
were
dragged
there.
around.
For sure.
And I haven't been to New York since.
Damn.
Just saying.
I mean, I don't really see nothing too. Other than, of course, Times Square. I'm not really too. I'm more of an outdoors kind of guy. I like grass. Like a lot of space.
I'm trying to go camping soon.
Yeah.
I definitely like grass.
I like fishing.
Are y'all
I'm trying
campers
to
at
go
all?
fishing soon too. Yeah. Oh.
Campers camping soon?
I'm not a camper.
No.
Louis
That's
cannot handle the outdoors like that.
That's kind of what we talked about in like the prototype episode.
I'm not
of
even
the
like
show.
a Boy Scout or nothing. I just know how to start a fire and pitch a tent, and I own a hammock and a sleeping bag. I can make camp somewhere, but I don't have camping supplies. Like
Hey, most people
I
don't
could
know
pitch
how to
like
start
a
fire,
pussy
though.
tent.
I'm also
where it
not
just
too
has
good
the
to just
pole.
sleep in a sleeping bag in the woods. I've done that before. It's not too bad.
It's really not.
Even when
And
I
with
was
the hammock,
even
Right.
when I was in Cub Scouts, I was on a fucking air mattress.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the ground was an L.
Wow.
The only times I
Hammocks
ever
are pretty
slept on the
comfortable.
ground, it was uncomfortable. as
Privileged.
fuck. I know. Caroline
Bro.
calls that glamping. I don't
Kinda
call
is.
it glamping. That's kind of a fruity term.
No, the only time it's bad to camp is in the middle of the summer on a lake.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
all the bugs will eat you alive.
And it's like 88 degrees at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck that.
By
Exactly.
the water. Ooh.
By
I
the
love
water.
camping in the fall. You just gotta
Yeah.
know how to look for snakes sometimes, depending on where you're at. But
Hell no.
nothing bad is gonna happen if you wear some fucking jeans.
I'm not fucking with
Let's
those
take him to
snakes.
LaGrange. Throw him off a cliff or something.
Take me to Red River Gorge and throw
Yeah.
me in the gorge.
Yeah.
No, I want to go to, I think it's Hoosier National Forest in Indiana, and have a nice big lake there. And I just want to go swim there
Mhm.
at some point in the summer. Just
Yeah.
kind of chill. That's the kind of camping that I like, where it's just like you stay for a night or two,
And
call
that's
it a day. Yeah.
I agree.
Would y'all do?
Don't have to bring that much food. You can pick up something for dinner on the way in, basically. That's the move.
Would y'all do Naked and Afraid?
Fuck no.
I've thought about it.
I love watching it. I would never do it.
Not gonna lie. I've
It's the
thought about
only
it.
source of uncensored ass on television. I'm just saying. I don't know how they get away with it
I
because
would-
it's a survival
bro's,
scenario.
bro's saying the
I
thoughts
would
that I
fucking
don't want
die.
to say out loud.
I mean, is that not a true statement though?
It is.
And it's not like a sexy
Bro.
thing because it's survivalist bitches.
Well,
And it's fucking, dude ass
Haven't
on
they-
the screen.
haven't-
And it's fucking muddy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
haven't they had people, like get their rocks off on that show before? Pretty sure it's happened more
Damn.
than once.
I think I've talked about that with Caroline, bro, but they'd have to be banging on that show, right?
would-
You're naked,
right?
and 99% of the time you're with someone of the opposite sex.
At least the first 5 nights it would be okay because you don't smell that bad.
They
but
don't.
yeah, the rest of the time, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to.
yeah,
So,
for real.
It's got to be in that time frame. The first 5
Just
days.
unclean.
Yeah.
When you've been wiping your ass for a week with leaves.
Or with your hand.
Fuck no.
That's tough.
You got no soap out there. So
I
never-
bet they do it more often than not. For real, they probably just don't show it on like TV.
Oh, they have showed it before. Not like
Have they?
of course they haven't shown penetration on there, but
What do you think, Preston? They be having sex on that show?
Shout out to the Discovery Channel, man. Shout out to Discovery.
Shout out
Yeah.
to this guy.
forgiveness free porn?
I don't think there's anyone.
Shout out to Discovery Channel.
If there's just a chance of a kid randomly channel switching and getting like a sex scene just blurred out,
Or a straight dude ass?
that would just,
Flip on
that
the-
would just
Oh,
be
man.
so
Oh.
fucked up.
Oh man,
There's no way
He'd
anybody's
be
letting
scarred.
that happen.
He'd be scarred
The
for
censorship
sure.
in the media is just kind of crazy like that. They really do just have like control groups of 30 people watch an episode before it goes out,
Have
and
to.
then just be like, maybe don't include
this, and this, but maybe include just a little bit.
just a little bit of straight
Yeah.
man ass. Like,
Would you all do any reality TV show?
Yes,
Which one?
as long as like the people that I
your
was
yes
paired-
said there is one that you have in mind.
Is
where you're like,
is a
I'd fucking
vlog
do
just
it.
not reality TV?
Oh,
What is?
A vlog, a vlog.
Nah, it definitely
Maybe.
is. It
Yeah.
definitely is.
Yeah,
Florida,
vlogs.
Bama. That would be the one for me. It's literally nothing but just bar crawling and getting to do free shit that MTV pays for.
Yeah, but you're also with the most drama-ridden people that have ever existed,
Man.
and that's literally what the shows are for: fucking drama and bullshit. So
It would be an experience.
They stir the pot on purpose.
For sure.
They try to put them in positions where
They try to fight
shit
each
like that
other.
happens.
Oh yeah.
There's kind of nothing like watching a fight on reality TV.
Yeah, for real.
It kind of feels good. I do some shit like I would consider Ghost Adventures or like
Oh, that would be
all those
lit.
travel channel shows where they're
Oh,
just like
oh,
eating
something
really
touched
gross
me.
fucking food or fishing or some shit. I do any of those because I just get to travel for free.
Oh my god, did you hear that?
And they pay for
Did
you
you
to
hear
get all
that?
your fucking shots so you don't die of malaria when you go to fucking
That's tough.
Yeah,
the jungle and shit.
that is tough.
But at least I'd be traveling.
One reality show that doesn't exist anywhere that I like to do: Hole in the Wall.
Oh my god.
Y'all remember that?
Louis,
Yeah.
they would have to like
I guess that's a
custom
game
cut-
show more than
They'd have to custom cut all of the holes for you.
Nah,
Or
I'd
you'd have to be doing some contortionist shit.
Nah, I'd win.
I would win. You just dive through all of them.
I could do that shit, bro. Y'all don't want me in Hole in the Wall.
No, I would love to see you in
That's
the
a
wall.
nostalgic show for sure.
That Marnie shit. Mixed green with that purple, I'm tripping. That be that Barney shit. That Barney. You got on Dior with a Nike tech. That be that corny shit. That corny shit. Made so many songs, I can make Lil Uzi greatest hits. No battle. Call this bitch a scat, cause this ain't me and my favorite bitch. Me and Lil V's go back to back. Spent 400,000, never drove to Maybach. I talk shit, I don't never talk back. Put the tape on the tech, it's a homemade Mac. I just wanna rock me the shit in the trap, and you wouldn't believe how much I made back. Bitch, my soul immortal. I can never keep it cordial. I just had to force some. Pussy that's triple oral. My chain so deep down in the ocean. I see shrimp and coral. Yeah. Boy, yo, watch a 41. I do 50.
I think it's safe to say Uzi carried that.
Oh shit.
Good job, Louis.
And just then we had V's featuring Lil Uzi Vert, GOMD, official visualizer.
What did you like about that song?
I think Uzi just really, he's been kind of out of the way,
The
he
past
had,
few years,
he had the I Just Want to Rock, that was a pretty banging song,
pretty big too.
He hopped on that one. He had some stuff to say, man. I thought it was a good track. Nice feature from Uzi. Remix.
Who was the guy who he's featuring on?
His name's V's, Michigan
Bees.
rapper.
Where have I heard him before? Because I 100% have heard him.
He's had a song with Lil Baby, 42 Doug. He's been on some features. Baby Tron, I think. Has he been on Baby?
What's the Lil Baby one?
It's Lil Baby and 42 Doug and These. I don't know the name of the song.
Fuck.
Not
That's
for-
almost definitely what I'm thinking.
Not for the gang.
No, that's Roddy Ricch.
You dig.
Oh, you dig, yeah. You
That's
dig.
not what I'm thinking of, though. Fuck. He's familiar somehow, but I like both parts
Nah,
of
I think
the
he's
song.
on a come up.
Uzi's part of the song was better. I think I did like the second half of the song because it did sound, grimier. It sounded pretty authentic as far as, it doesn't sound like a rapper. It sounds like a street dude getting on the track. You know what I'm
that
saying?
was the original song.
Right.
And then Uzi was like, oh, I like this. I'm going to hop on this.
Yeah, and Uzi, I think, makes it a little more commercial.
Yeah.
Isn't that how they all get their fame? Just coming straight off the street and just having some shit to say.
Some people are just poppier, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Uzi
yeah.
has. I'm not saying Uzi's not like that, but he just has
They definitely
that
have a
poppier
sound
aesthetic
that-
that can be more mainstream. As far as V's, who's you gotta like that type of shit to like it. You know what I mean?
In the words of Drake, I told my story and made his story. So,
Mm.
you just really just got to talk about yourself. Like, if you're any type of, like, artist or content creator,
Yeah,
producer.
talk about what you know.
Yeah,
For
just,
sure.
just
That's-
express your own self. You know what I mean? Just whatever happens, happens.
That's what I love about rap.
Yeah.
That's the most authentic genre for actually talking about yourself. And a lot of people, making up shit too, don't get me wrong. But in other genres, it's hard to be like, okay, this is really what my life is like. This is really what I'm going through in life.
That's probably where all music is heading. At least most.
I hope so.
You just see everybody more open about their,
Their shit.
Just the struggle of going through life.
I just feel like that makes better music.
Same. It's
Actually
relatable.
talking about real shit. As opposed to singers back in like the 50s singing the same love song over and over and over again.
Right. And I think that was maybe one good thing that did come out of COVID, right? Because all of a sudden people did become more aware.
People started talking about like depression and anxiety and shit like that a lot more.
And I'm not talking about those people that talk about it too much. Like there's
Yeah,
of
but
course,
like everybody.
right.
Like Kendrick came out of COVID and was literally like, I've been going through some shit.
Exactly.
It's been a while. I've been going through some
Right.
shit.
I'm
people
going
now,
to
like-
therapy.
Yeah.
People are now being real. Like back in the 80s, they wouldn't even do that. It was just to to fit the street image. Now you get Will Smith so comfortable hitting Chris Rock in the face.
Did we do an episode about
Yes,
that?
we did.
I think we struck with.
I said
when
it
the
was-
iron was hot. I think we did.
Bro,
like,
we did.
very
Bro,
shortly.
I said it was kind of bullshit.
Did anybody see Chris Rock's comedy skit
Yeah, and
after
he
that
makes fun of
happened?
it.
That was insane.
So
like,
good.
He got real with the
Mhm.
crowd when he brought up like being cheated on and all that shit with Will and like Jada. I was like, oh fuck, he went there.
I
Mhm.
kind of want to watch that now. But
It's
Yeah.
good.
going back to what we were saying, I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about. People being more open about shit like that.
Right. I think it's better that way, Like why do people have to feel so conservative of their feelings and feel like they can't,
Be
like,
honest
just,
about
yeah,
shit.
just be honest. Like we're all the same person at the end of the day. We all go through the battles.
I'm very excited about Lil Uzi's next album because I read something that he was talking about, and that's kind of his more regular shit as far as the type of sound and
Mhm.
music that he likes to make. But he says about this next album that he's about to be talking about some real shit. Basically, he's gonna be giving the audience the real him, which he's never given them before. And part of that, he's no longer on drugs, which is kind of crazy that,
Yeah.
He can still make songs.
Uzi was one of those Paramount drug rappers
Yeah.
of like 2016 on, who talked always about, perks and lean and Molly and shit like
Yeah.
that. Now he's completely sober, and he's going to be talking about they are non-binary now. So I think that we might be hearing some shit about that, which I
Interesting.
think is pretty interesting. So I don't know. I just feel like it's been so long that I think he's got some shit in the tank.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about Uzi? Because I know Kay fucks with him, and I fuck with him.
That's honestly, to be honest, that's like a subject of music that I'm like just now like getting my feet into the water with.
Mm.
because like I don't know, I just never. It wasn't really until like I was living with like you guys last year when I really started to like get a taste for it, because I never really had friends that like that stuff. Pop rock or regular rock.
For sure.
All the white dad shit.
Yeah.
But I think Lil Uzi's pretty good. I mean, I want to get into him for sure.
Dope. What do you think, Preston? Because I know you don't.
I don't listen to a lot of modern rap, if I'm being honest. I'm stuck in the past. I'm just listening to a lot of MF Doom, like Generation shit.
Real.
Hunting through there, listening to all the good shit. But I do listen to enough modern rap. I've listened to some of their music. There's nothing on a playlist or like saved or liked on Spotify, if I'm being honest. That's just because I haven't listened to enough of them.
Fair.
I just left Seattle. I went to the Museum of Modern Pop Culture. And you just see a lot of those like old school names. Like it really inspires you to kind of want to go back in the past, because if you want to compare it, you really got to know what that stuff was like, you know.
I like when I hear, like, there's this one Nas song. There's one point where I'm like, Action Bronson sounds kind of like this.
Right.
And it just like blows my mind when I catch those sort of inspirations.
Right.
From the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to go into.
And the fact
old
that MF
music.
Doom's like really popular now.
You know, one song actually that really kind of stuck with me was Roddy Ricch's "Ballin'."
I love that song. I think that's a song that kind of crossed over because it sounds so good, and he's kind of talking about some real shit. And
Real shit.
It's not basic. There's nothing really basic about it.
Right. You know, when he says that stuff, like, I had to go through the struggle, I didn't forget that, made money off these, you know, words, and but like it's very touching in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, just say it if you want to get canceled.
Nah, I'm not trying to get canceled like that.
Canceled by the Highly Suspicious podcast.
No, sir.
Do you ever think about like if we get
somebody
someone
really
on
said
here,
some out of pocket shit?
if someone came on here and said some crazy shit, and then
It'll happen
we
one
got
day.
canceled
Louis.
by
It'll
proxy,
happen one day. We just have to come up with some sort of safety effect in case that happens. Like, how do we get rid of someone in a haste?
We do not agree with the positions and words of Connor Hayes.
The Highly Suspicious podcast denies any responsibility for words said within the studio.
What did I just miss?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Kay Phillips was not in the room when whatever was said.
We were just
Neither was Louis.
We were just saying.
I stepped out for Connor to say that, and then I stepped back in. So I don't even know what we're talking about. Hey, what are we talking about right now?
I can confirm that I was out there with them while I was in here as well.
So Preston, I'm gonna talk a little about this. I already kind of told them about this, but I'm gonna put it on wax for the sake of the podcast. I got groped by TSA yesterday, and I feel like I need to tell my story to the world.
Did they grip you? Did they graze you?
So
No, they cupped his ass.
So I went into the machine, the new machine, not the metal.
So you
detector.
got to spank it on the way out.
So
the
they
check.
scanned me, and I stepped out, and they were like, "Wait a second, can you step back in the machine for a second for me?" Which I've never had to
Sus.
do. And then when I'm in there, they're like, "And pull your pants up all the way too."
What?
I guess I was sagging a little bit, but I was like, okay. So I pull up my pants,
It's so that
and they
they could see
scanned
if you
me,
were smuggling anything in your socks or some shit.
and
I
they
don't know.
scanned me, and I step out,
A fuck.
and they're like, wait a second, and I'm just standing there. I know that I don't have a fucking thing on me, so I'm just smiling, and they're like, you've been selected to be searched,
Love it.
and so I
Proud
thought
of you.
They say
I
that like
thought-
it was a privilege.
I thought it would be.
You have won.
Right, you have
Right
won.
this way,
you,
sir.
You have won to be groped
It was
by
this.
TSA.
It was this old dude in TSA, and he was giving me a rundown about what he was about to do.
Oh damn! It wasn't even a young guy.
It was an old guy.
Damn.
You know, I thought it would be a pat down, you know, non-invasive, but he pats me down my leg, and then he gets on the other side of my leg,
You're like, okay, this is going
on my
well.
like my inner thigh, and he goes up, and then he like cupped my balls,
He went
and he said, "Are you wearing a belt?" I was like, "No."
God damn, Luke.
And then he sent me on my merry way. And I wish that was the only.
Good luck, sir.
I wish that was the only snafu.
No, what did you tell him after that? What was your response? When
I didn't say anything.
When he
to
thought
him.
there was a belt.
I was thinking, I'm not wearing a belt. That's my dick. That's what I was thinking. I didn't say that.
That's my dick, brah. Don't
Ca-
touch my dick.
Caroline was laughing at me, and she was like, "That thing is a lethal weapon." They had to check you out.
Smuggling it.
And I wish that was the only snafu in traveling yesterday, but our flight got delayed
Fuck.
an hour in 15-minute increments.
Fuck.
So I was afraid we weren't gonna make it at all. And then
Shame.
we were able to make it though, and they were able to upgrade me to like the exit row seat, which was fire. So
Nice.
shout out to them for doing that. But then the crazy pressure thing was happening in my head, and it was hurting like a bitch. And then we touched down in Indianapolis, which I guess
Gross.
made the tickets $1 cheaper, so that's why we did it. And we were sitting there, and we were waiting for our bags and shit, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning in Indianapolis. And we're just fucking standing there and
fuck.
waiting and waiting and waiting. None of our fucking check bags were there.
Bruh.
Everyone got check bags. Nobody got their shit. So we had to talk to this American Airlines dude, and he was like in a tank top.
Like a wife beater?
Yes.
Nice.
And he was like, "Damn, I was about to go home. This is like a Friday for me, and I was about to go out with my friend. My friend's about to be mad at me."
Oh shit, man.
And I was trying to be cool about it, you know, whatever. It's not really his fault that our bags got fucked up. Everyone else is not having it. Everyone else is so fucking pissed.
But of course,
Because of this dude.
when you ask who did it, they'll nobody will,
Yeah,
step
no one
up.
owns up to
No.
Really, it's probably, some minimum wage workers whose job it was to put the shit in the plane.
They probably just hate their life.
So we got delayed further that way. And when he was trying to do the computer, I was with Caroline and like her mom and like her grandma and shit. And the flight attendant's not the flight attendant, the dude for American Airlines. Fuck American Airlines. He was typing on his machine and something wasn't working, so he literally screams, "What the fuck?" And grandma and grandpa are like right there, and they don't know how to react. But I'm fucking cracking up because it's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm delirious.
Right.
So that was the last trial that we had to do.
Airports are always a mess.
They suck.
They always suck.
It's like they're designed to be as stressful as possible.
What's the worst airport you've ever been to?
Atlanta. Sorry, Kay.
Damn.
Man.
Nah, Atlanta has a good airport. It's just a clusterfuck. It's not really the
Yeah.
airport's fault. I think Charlotte Airport is even worse because there's like one gate and it's like a fucking third world country in there.
Yeah.
Everyone's sweaty and smelly and gross, and there's a million fucking people in there, and they're disgusting Charlotte people.
You
They're
know what?
charlatans.
It's funny. It's funny because that's exactly what we say about Kentuckians.
Ain't no way.
What a coincidence. But
Just
yeah.
because I'm smelly and sweaty doesn't mean all Kentuckians
doesn't
are.
mean that I'm sweaty and smelly. No, Charlotte Airport does suck.
What's the worst airport you've been to?
Probably LAX for real. That's like where everybody's coming out of.
I've been to LA.
It's like just a sea of people. They're staying like right beside each other.
Yeah.
Like some people will be like, "Get the fuck off me," you know.
That's what I don't like about kind of cities like that. There's just
cramped.
no personal bubble that you can have.
Way too cramped.
while here you have all the perks of a big city. You know, you got restaurants, you got culture, you got everything like that. But I don't have to ever be, you know, butt to butt with motherfuckers just, you know, trying to
Out
get
on the
to work.
street. Yeah.
Right.
Fuck all that.
Facts.
Does-
fucking sardines.
Okay, has the clutter in Atlanta changed how you feel at all? As far as, you know, are you an angrier person being in Atlanta? Like I'd imagine you would be.
Become a city person.
No, man, I can't, man. I gotta love the Kentucky,
I'm walking here.
good old Kentucky roots in me, man. It just, I'm not really worried about it, man. I'm just, you know, I be in traffic, I just sit in it. You know, I don't really.
What's
let
the
it
worst
affect
traffic
me.
you've been in the like year you've been there?
Probably, I was stuck on my way home from the office one day for like 2 hours, and I like fell asleep in traffic, and then I woke up.
For real?
But like the cars were only like probably like 25 meters away. But like,
So you're just
That's
dozing
funny.
maybe?
yeah, that was like a couple years ago. That wasn't this year.
How long were you out?
I probably might have took like a 15-minute power nap on some real shit. Like about 15-minute.
You know
power nap.
traffic's
It's
bad
so
when it's
good.
putting you to
That's-
sleep.
That's butted ass shit right there.
But it was like, I woke up, like the cars, they weren't that far away.
No, I can't. I
I
wouldn't
was
have been
asleep.
surprised if you said they hadn't moved at all. Like,
Right.
fuck.
Dude,
Sometimes traffic is like that.
It was an awful accident too at rush hour, dude. I remember I seen like one car on fire once, just like on the fucking highway.
Just
on
woke
70.
That's
up,
crazy.
saw a car on fire.
Just like craziness. Like there's so many people.
That's LA.
And you're like, did I have
ATL
anything
for
to do
you.
with that? That's why you need a Tesla, bro.
Yeah,
Just lay down in the front seat. Tesla,
Autopilot on.
Tesla, wake me up when we're fucking moving.
Right.
All right.
You should for real bring some weed in the car.
Why would I do that?
Just to have yourself a whole session there.
Oh no.
If you're in traffic for 2 hours,
Those police officers are hawks, and Georgia will be the last state to legalize weed.
you
Guarantee it.
I
say
think
that.
Kentucky may give it a run for its money.
It'll
Yeah,
be
right.
between Kentucky and Georgia is the last.
I would put North Carolina in there too. It's
Yeah.
not. We don't even have it medicalized yet. Just decriminalized.
You know what pisses me off, bro?
Huh.
Literally, a majority of Americans are for legalization, but just all the politicians on some political shit are like,
Yeah.
no, we can't do that, no. And it's good that it's being decriminalized at least, but it's like, come on,
Even
bro.
then, that's still like making it inaccessible as a industry. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to
make
Colorado, though.
I've tried like seeing how it plays out in my head, like what happens when it does become legalized, and it's like, you know, will that make for more demand, like buying it off the street, or will that
it depends on what taxes are like.
exactly, because that shit is expensive.
It's
Sometimes.
in some states it's actually really chill. It's a
For
pretty
real?
damn good
I
fucking
think
deal.
I think from our perspective, we have a skewed view of the taxes because the first dispensary I went to was in Illinois.
Yeah.
In Illinois,
and it has like
taxes
the worst
are
taxes
crazy.
of all of them.
Like that shit is crazy expensive.
But like Michigan,
Michigan's pretty
Michigan's
chill.
the shit.
Michigan's pretty chill, but their prices just in their own product are like pretty damn expensive.
Yeah, but it's also really high quality.
That's facts.
They have so many
That is
weed labs in
facts.
Michigan.
Well,
They're
like-
all. It is all like
Oh,
the
yeah.
perfect lab grown weed. If you want like
Right.
outdoor grown, not this state.
Because it's those basements, man. It's the
Yeah.
fucking Midwest,
Yeah.
baby.
Let me ask y'all a question.
That's technically north, you can say, but it's the Midwest.
I've traveled west twice in the past like month. Which state do you think has better dispensaries and better weed? Colorado or New Mexico? Just based off of nothing. What would your
I don't know what
general
their price
impression be?
difference is, but I'm sure Colorado.
Based off of knowing nothing, I would say Colorado.
My intuition's telling me New Mexico.
I think Connor kind of realized that I wouldn't have been asking the
Yeah,
question
yeah,
like
if
that
it's
if it wasn't New Mexico.
But even then, I
because
know-
Colorado's been legal fucking forever.
It depends
And
on what you're
New
looking for in a
Mexico-
dispensary.
No,
too,
it's
though.
false. I already knew what he was gonna say before he said it.
New Mexico was only legalized like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
In Colorado, there's not even a lot of dispensaries, bro. I was staying in
Some of them
Grand
have gone out of
Junction.
business.
There
Yeah,
were
it's not-
0
it isn't
dispensaries
nothing,
there.
That's crazy.
We had to lift to one, bro, on
Yeah.
some real shit.
Yeah.
And
Those lifts are scary.
a lot of places that we went
You're right.
didn't have any. But in New Mexico, that shit was like on every block, on every corner. It was insane. You could not shake a stick without hitting the wall of
It
the
kind of
space.
felt like that in some parts of Michigan, where it's just like one around every 3 blocks or so.
Yes,
It's just like, ooh.
It's the wild
Same
west
in
out there. For
Same
real.
in Chicago. Denver's like that though. Denver's kind of like the weed capital of.
For sure.
When-
Oh,
area.
yeah.
I wasn't even smoking back when I went to Denver, so it was like 2018.
Yeah.
I don't even remember there being a whole ton of
It's
there. Maybe
it's
there
crazy
was
because
I
they've
didn't
even like
notice.
decriminalized mushrooms there and shit like that.
Yeah,
They,
that
they
shit's-
will be the first state to do that. For sure,
Definitely.
Colorado.
That shit's extra crazy.
They'd make
to
so
me.
much tourist money off people being like,
know.
I want to go do mushrooms in the
It's
mountains.
insane.
Fuck yeah.
Because their
It's like,
population's
good God.
not as big as other states
No.
are.
Did they
They could
legalize
use it,
crack
for
in
sure.
like Washington or something like that, or Oregon? Okay, am I
Might have
tripping?
You might
decriminalized.
Okay.
Might have decriminalized because there are some states trying to decriminalize stuff like that so that they can have like safe use centers and shit like that.
If I'm to ever go to Colorado, I would want to get an Airbnb that specifically like is weed friendly.
Yeah,
Because-
absolutely.
Because when you go there, my uncle went there and he like told me
You can't smoke it out on the street or anything like that.
Right,
You
right.
gotta have a space for it, and so yeah, if you're at a
they
not
had
420
this,
friendly
Yeah,
Airbnb, you're fucked.
they
you
had
just
this,
bought
like-
it not to be able to do it.
this pantry in the Airbnb where like it was nothing but just weed shit.
Oh.
And there was a sign that was like, take some, leave some.
Nice.
And it's like, that's dope.
That's lit as fuck.
Yeah.
Weed library.
I think you've talked about that before. That's really cool.
We should try that sometime.
Road trip.
Yeah, road trip. We're going back to Colorado, Louis.
I want to just go somewhere random in Illinois, because there's like parts of Illinois that are within a 4-hour drive from Louisville, and that's not a bad drive to a dispensary.
Let's do it.
Like Southern Illinois.
Yeah, and just stay like one night so that you can not be coming back at like 2 a.m. and possibly fucking die, falling asleep at the wheel, some shit like that, just for a weed run, because that would suck. But like, yeah, just an Airbnb where you can enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say though, the prices in Colorado and New Mexico were both good. I don't think they have a
Like
lot
comparable.
of sales tax out there. Yeah, pretty much the same.
Nice.
Shit, dude. If Kamala gets elected, it'll definitely be.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would...
Legalized.
We're not even going to go into that.
Kamala's about to say weed is legal, and then she's gonna be like, "Never mind, everyone's
Yeah,
going to
facts.
jail."
Right. That's the only reason I'd vote for.
Seeing her record, it's like, damn, could we have found a bigger narc to run the president?
True.
Right.
Did we see Mike Pence's announcement to
Yeah.
actually run? I mean,
Yeah.
how are we feeling about that?
He's going,
What are
so
our
him and
reactions?
Trump are going to go against each other.
And DeSantis,
That's
Trump might not be
insane.
even able to run.
Really? Why is that?
because they
His
threw the book
indictment.
at him again.
I'll
Did you
say,
see that?
I'll say it
they
right
got a
here,
second
right
charge?
now.
Yeah.
Do you know what the second charge was?
No, but they're actually getting his ass, it seems.
Fuck. What were you going to say, Kay?
No, I was just gonna say it would not surprise me one bit to see Mike Pence win the presidency.
Oh my god.
It wouldn't
I don't.
surprise me.
It would surprise me, to be honest.
I think he
If
was
that
like.
man got elected, I feel like the world would become a handmaid's tale.
I think
He
Oh
looks
my
like some
God.
culty motherfucker
Dude,
like that.
you are not wrong, though. That's crazy.
he's the most presidential. He was solid when Trump was acting real silly, like you
Acting
know.
a fool.
Yeah, he was trying
being
to
insane.
balance him out, being
He
kind of the
he
straight
made
man
he made
of
Trump
the comedy
cool.
duo.
He made Trump real. He made his situation look a lot more official,
Uh-huh.
and that was Mike Pence really sitting back there in the back, just really
Looking
like
like he knows what the fuck he's
Yeah.
doing.
you know what I mean, just really holding that image the right way. So I think if anything, he'll be able to hold a good image
We're gonna
of America
do-
for another 4
me and
years.
Definitely
Press
play
are
good
We're
gonna
definitely
advisor
doing an
for
election
Trump.
Yeah.
episode.
Me and Press
Even
are
though
going
he
to
was
do
a
a
VP.
whole
Yeah.
election preview at one point where because we
Once
got to
everybody's
talk
like
about
actually debating and shit,
we
then
got to talk
can
about
talk
Trump
it.
versus DeSantis versus Pence because I think
Oh my god.
I think it's
it'll
going
be
to
a
be
clusterfuck.
hilarious. And Trump is the best free entertainment ever, bro.
Trump-
Seeing him debate is just fucking hilarious. And I don't like the man at all.
Dude,
But it's just
He's
like
the
sad.
most entertaining man on the face of the planet.
when him and Hillary went three
Hot take.
rounds, that was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
That was fucking comedy. Like, they didn't even like script that shit. They're just like saying it off the top of their heads. They weren't
And-
even talking about politics. They were just bashing each other.
I think that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why
Like a roast.
America.
Literally.
I think-
instead of a election, it was a roast.
I think that's part of the reason why Americans like Trump so much, because he seems more genuine than, you know, every politician reading the teleprompter saying what he's supposed to say type of
Right.
shit. Trump just says whatever the fuck he wants.
He sees that and he's like, nah, fuck that shit.
I like that Biden does that now as well, though. There are definitely
Yeah, but
plenty
he
of times
is
where it's
ass
like,
sounds-
bro, he's off script. Stop! Someone stop him.
His ass don't be going off script on purpose. He just kind of...
No, it's even better because it's just random as fuck.
He's all dementia up, so.
Yup.
His ass
Absolutely.
is gone. son.
Literally.
No.
His ass off of the pink animal.
He's
from-
he's smoking that Sleepy Joe OG.
I mean, isn't it legal in DC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Mr. President slumped.
Slumped. Oh, man.
Apparently, Snoop has smoked at the White House
With who?
illegally.
Oh,
Not with
illegally?
anyone, but smoked illegally at the White
I
House.
thought you were about
And
to
someone just like kind of gave him the okay.
Just like, hide that, put that shit
Yeah.
away. Right.
I thought you were about to say you smoking with George W. or something like that.
Damn, that'd be crazy.
I'm sure W smokes.
Which president do you think,
9/11.
Yeah.
Which president do you think would be the most entertaining to smoke with? I think it might be George
He
W.
didn't go to Afghanistan for weapons of mass destruction. He went for that Afghanistan OG kush.
And you can go all time. You could say George Washington. Or
Yeah,
something
that's
like
what I was thinking about. All the presidents. Probably.
that. Teddy Roosevelt would be lit to smoke with too.
Yeah,
A traveled man.
If I was to do all time, that's what I would say.
a man who colonized and killed
Yeah.
people. My God,
No,
Louis.
well, that's also somebody where it's like
You
they could say some
asshole.
out
You
of pocket
asshole.
shit and you just be like,
Get off this
simmer down,
podcast.
Grandpa.
This is my podcast now.
Oh fuck.
Apparently,
No. The highly
Obama
suspicious
smoked
podcast with
and
Connor Hayes.
he taught his
Right.
friends how to take, quote, roof hits. Where
That's
basically
crazy.
they'd hotbox the car and then there'd be all that smoke lingering above their head.
Which
in the sedan.
president?
Obama.
That's he would be.
And he told them to take roof hits where you just smack the smoke that's like hanging above you in the car.
Imagine him just being like, "Hey fellas, just hit it from the roof.
Hit it from the roof.
Hit it from the roof.
We're out.
We're out.
Hit the doob.
Go ahead, hit that doobie there."
Hit the doobie with me.
He would be number 2 on the list for sure. I was gonna say like Abraham Lincoln, because I was gonna be like, what's it like being assassinated?
I'd love to smoke with a president who certainly had never encountered it.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
straight arrow motherfucker that you could imagine, but it's just
Right.
like under the context. They have to smoke.
Facts.
It's like you get brought back to life, but you have to smoke with me.
He's got to be controversial too, or a president
Make
that was
Nixon smoke.
like, yeah,
Since
yeah,
he
right.
was the anti-drug president.
Honestly, I didn't even think of it. Him and Reagan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, if you could just like smoke with those guys, I wonder what that would be like.
To be like, fuck, this isn't evil. Oh no, what do I do?
What about you, Kay? Which president would you?
They take a hit, love it, and they're like, what have I done?
I
Oh
would
my
like-
god.
Kennedy would be a dope guy to sit next to and,
Yeah.
and really
He's
feel,
definitely
fill him
smooth.
out.
Hey Kennedy, what was it like to get shot in the head?
Kennedy.
I'd like to
Connor, did he
drink
make
with
that
that
joke
man.
already?
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
God damn
I
it.
did. I said, hey Lincoln, what was it like to be assassinated?
That obviously that I wouldn't say that. I would just kind of
He'd be like, I can't remember. There's a bullet in my head.
Hey JFK, were you cool with the FBI?
Were you actually
or, like, was the government kind of sending you mixed signals or
Yeah.
something? I don't know. I'm just
Kennedy.
Do you think maybe that you were actually too much of a good person?
Real talk though, Kennedy was that guy
Yeah.
back
For
then.
sure.
He was.
I mean, that's why
that's why the conspiracy theory exists.
right.
Because he was shaking shit up so much, and he was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about, giving black people the right to vote and shit like that.
Yeah.
And,
And there's like so many theories on who killed him. One was
We've also realized recently that people in the South are actually batshit crazy.
yeah.
And
Right.
so it wouldn't be surprising
No
if
offense,
you're in
Kate.
the South and you've said some
Second Amendment.
real
You
shit.
know?
they might just be like, now's my chance.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode. Thank you to our gracious guests, Connor
Thanks
and
for
Kay,
having us. We
for
appreciate
being on
y'all.
another banger.
It was a good time.
This is Kay's three-peat. This is Connor's second one.
Hell yeah. We
This
love
is-
repeat guests.
This is almost exactly the podcast we did about a year ago, where it's the four of us. So
We'll make it a third and fourth time.
Hell yeah.
fuck yeah.
We have a new episode every Thursday. Do you guys want to plug yourselves at all? Anything coming up? How's life? Update the people.
Life's good.
Yeah.
Just played a little bit of rugby. You know, rugby's still happening, and it's still, you know, Louisville's still top team around town, you know, around the way. Playing a little bit of rugby, just, you know, relaxing, traveling.
Yeah, literally just getting ready for next semester of school, keeping the nose on the grindstone, and self-discovery, baby.
Hell yeah. All
And
right.
exploration and experimentation.
Experimentation.
That also includes sexual.
Hey,
Peace out, y'all.
You're